What's up, everybody? Welcome back to NFL Pick 6. We're going to go through Anthony's top 6 picks of the week, his best bets. I'm telling you, folks, if you want to make some money, you got to listen to Anthony Romeo. Currently, right now, 67% on the spread and the money line on the season through 5 weeks. That's the best you can get in this business. And you're sitting at number 2 currently on Tally site. 400 people, 400 experts, right? Everybody on Tally site has a credible, platform that they work for, whether that's SB Nation, ESPN, NBC, maybe just a podcaster like us, but it is checked. Their sources are backed up, and you're
verified.
Number 2 in the nation right now.
Number 2 in the nation and almost 400 experts. I mean, that's phenomenal. It's a great place to be. And the fact of the matter is, I'm telling you what I put into this. That's what this show is for, right? I break it down for you. I tell you why I like these teams. It's more of the football perspective from me. I don't look at analytics. I don't analyze, on a rainy day in November, the Cardinals are 0-2, and that means I don't look at it that deeply. I look at the football. I look at the here and now. I take those factors into consideration, and I tell you exactly what I'm thinking for why these picks are my picks of the week. And in the end, I'll tell you how I bet them, right? So trust me, guys, it's 67%. We can't emphasize this enough. Number 2 in the country. You've got to start tuning in and trusting these bets here.
Well, let's clear this up a little bit. You're 67% on week 5. That's against the spread and the money line. 57% on the season.
Still for all of my picks.
Second in the nation in both week 5 and the season. Current record, 137, 97, and 5 ties.
Correct. So what my 67% is in my pick 6, right? My record there for the pick 6, I believe, is 22, 11, and 1 on the season for a total of 67%. Right, that's my winning percentage on the pick 6. Correct that my overall winning percentage picking every game on the money line against the spread and the over-under is 57%. Still unbelievably phenomenal. Again, every single game, every way you can pick it is what I'm putting in on Tally site every week, right? So that's from the 5 weeks that have already happened. I'm number 2 overall in those statistics. And yes, combined money line and spread, again, over that mark that you want to be at. You can't get much better than that. It really is. There's a reason it's that high. It's as good as it gets.
Yep. Currently, I am 37% on the season. I'm not going to touch ranks in the 200s, but that's the nature of the beast, right? I was 56% against the spread last year. I thought that was great. Yeah. It's just hard to match that year to year, but so far you're doing phenomenal.
And exactly, right? I think that's where you start to look at my consistency over the 3 years that we've been working with Tally site. And, it's the proof is in the pudding. I've been in the high rankings. I've been in multiple top 10s. I'm there every single year, and it's starting to pay off. And I hope it pays off for you, the listeners. Please, yes, let's keep it going.
Yeah, going to be a tough week now with the bye week starting to kick in. This will be the first week of buys. 4 teams on bye this week, so makes it a little tougher to pick 6 games. But let's get into it here. Let's start out with number 6. We got the Jets plus 7.5 at Green Bay. It's now the second time that Green Bay is playing a New York team. Look out, folks. Jets are 3-2. Who are you taking in this game?
Well, I'm taking the Jets with the 7.5 points. This is another game where I think that Green Bay could end up winning it, but Green Bay is a bad team, okay? And we need to accept that. And I don't know how many weeks I've said this over and over again. Green Bay is a bad team. Green Bay has been lucky to get the wins that they have. Green Bay is not playing very good football, not on offense, not on defense, not on special teams even. So I just don't trust them. I do not trust them. Is Green Bay the better roster? Absolutely. Does that mean anything right now in football terms? No. The Jets are coming in red hot. They're feeling themselves right now. They've got 2 big wins. They're 3-2. They're second in the AFC East. That's nuts to think about, but they are. And Green Bay is trending in the opposite direction. They've got chaos after the loss in England to the Giants. Another game where I thought the Green Bay would win, but I definitely took the Giants with the points. So here again, Green Bay could pull off the win, but I just love the momentum that the Jets have coming into this game. The young kids are playing well. How many times have I said it? Tune back into our preseason preview. The AFC East, ladies and gentlemen. I tell you exactly that the Jets' young players are going to turn it on this season, and they're going to get some unexpected wins that people aren't expecting, and they're going to get more wins than people expect. And I think this is now a very winnable game for the New York Jets going into Lambeau Field, okay? Remember, we saw a couple weeks ago what they did versus New England and a third-string quarterback. How are they going to handle a team that is playing well, that is starting to click on all cylinders, that is moving in the right direction? They didn't do very well versus the Giants on a neutral field. They didn't do very well against New England, who wasn't in the right momentum, didn't come in with momentum in that game, and now they face the Jets. So I love the Jets with the points here.
Okay, yeah, I'll save my reservations for the NFL preview show.
Yeah.
If you want to hear us go back and forth, switch over to that YouTube channel or that YouTube video. Right now, we're on pick 6. How about pick 5? The Bills -3 at the Kansas City Chiefs. Game of the week.
Probably, right. Yeah, this is a 4:30 game, and I'm excited to watch this one. But a lot of factors come into play here. I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh, you're a Bills fan, so you're picking the Bills again. No. Why did I pick the Bills? One, yes, there's a lot less games to pick from this week, and not a lot that I like in certain favorites. The Bills are playing in Kansas City, but we did this last year as well. We saw this very game, and what happened? The Bills won that game by 18 points, and they dominated the Kansas City Chiefs during the regular season. Now, we all know come postseason time exactly what happened there. Yeah, it got bad, right? 13 seconds, overtime. Still, the Bills should have won the game. Still, the Bills should have won by at least 3 points. So here, to only be a 3-point underdog, and actually I put my first bet in when the early line came out at 2.5, then I was really excited, because even if you think the Bills are going to win a close game, that should be it. I don't expect this game to be as close as probably most people do. The Bills should win this game. They have the better record overall. They have the better roster overall. They've got 10 guys coming off a bye week where they just gave them the week off because the Steelers were bad enough that they could rest. So I love the Bills in this game. Give me the Bills -3. I think they win it big.
Okay, yeah, another pretty bold here on pick 6 and pick 5, right?
It works.
That's with the bye week. Games are going to be a little tighter. You're going to have tougher weeks, right? All right, let's go over to pick number 4. You got the Denver Broncos +5 at the Los Angeles Chargers.
Yeah, this is the Monday night game, but give me the Chargers here. All right, the Broncos, can they do anything right now? They've totally lost the run game now that their number 1 running back is out. There's a lot of questions around Russell Wilson and throwing his interceptions and not being able to get the ball to his star receivers and give them the stats that they have. You could say the same about the Chargers and their defense, and they have all the names, but they can't put together a great game. I think this is the game where it all clicks for the Chargers, right? You're playing a demoralized Broncos team. You're playing at home, which might not mean much for them, but I think they win this game by at least a touchdown, if not more. And the Broncos' anemic offense has had trouble scoring, and the Chargers can score, if anything. And they had a great run game last week and still have a great quarterback. So give me the Chargers -5 all the way here. I think they win it by 7 to 10 points.
Yeah, until we see something different from Denver. Right now, 31st in the league in points scored. Can't have that. All right, let's move on to pick number 3. Your third most confident bet of the week. We got the Minnesota Vikings -3.5 at the Miami Dolphins.
That's right.
I think I know which way you're going on this one.
Yes, I'm definitely taking the Vikings -3.5, even though this is in Miami. It's not as hot as it was a month ago, right? So that advantage is kind of diminished a little bit. And, Miami's situation right now with their Teddy Bridgewater should be starting this game. He cleared concussion protocol. However, that's still a downgrade from Tua and what the chemistry that they had. And the Minnesota Vikings come in playing great defense. Their offense is clicking. I don't believe in Miami's defense stopping the Minnesota offense. That's what this comes down to. No matter who's at quarterback, no matter what those 2 wide receivers for Miami do, I think that Minnesota is going to be able to control this game in the run game with Cook and with their receivers. I expect another good game from Kirk Cousins, and I think that Minnesota wins this game by 6 to 10 points again. So that -3.5 line, that just lit up for me. And I know everybody's thinking, oh, you've been hot on Minnesota too this year. But I am. This matchup is a good matchup to me. I think that Minnesota controls it. So give me Minnesota -3.5.
Okay, yeah, you've been high on Minnesota all year long, and at 4-1,
Paying off.
been working out so far.
Yeah.
Let's keep that going. I mean, third string quarterback from Miami, not helping their case at all. Let's go on to pick number 2 here. We have the San Francisco 49ers -5.5 at Atlanta. Seems like Atlanta's due for a win here, but what's your thoughts?
My thoughts are there's still questions around if Kyle Pitts is going to play, and if he does, is he really 100%? He's their star player. They've got injuries around, and San Francisco is just finding ways to consistently win games. If this spread were 7.5, I might question it a little more, but at -5.5, I love the San Francisco 49ers in this game. I just think they're playing great defense, which is going to stifle any type of offense that the Falcons have put together so far, I think. And then their offense just does what it needs to do. They run the ball consistently well. They score points consistently well. They don't have to be amazing at anything to win games, and especially a game like this where they're just the far better roster than the Falcons are at this point. So give me the 49ers -5.5 all day.
Yeah, 49ers starting to look like there's some separation in the NFC West. 49ers are, sitting at the top. The Rams aren't as good as we thought. Arizona, we're still kind of wondering. Very interesting to see San Francisco go to the top that fast with Trey Lance out and Jimmy G coming in. Anyway, last one, your best bet of the week, most confident, staying in the NFC West, the Arizona Cardinals -2.5 at Geno Smith and the Seattle Seahawks.
Yes, I know that Seattle Seahawks offense has been red hot, and the Cardinals defense certainly isn't one to, clamor about or anything. So in this game, however, I think the Cardinals desperately need to show again that they are a team that can handle inferior teams like Seattle, right? Even though Seattle is playing well, they're giving up way too many points. I think this is a bounce back game for the Cardinals, and they win it handedly. They should, at least. That's why with a -2.5 line, I'm very comfortable that they'll win by 3 points. I believe they should win by at least a touchdown again, which is why this is my big bet of the week. The Cardinals, Kyler Murray, they need to reestablish themselves as a team that can contend in the NFC, especially still with Hopkins being out. And against Seattle, an inferior opponent where you are the heavy favorite, you should definitely clear things up here and put yourself back on the map.
Yeah, I like it. This one, I think Arizona has the better defense. Seattle has no defense, so be an interesting game. But that's the pick 6. If you missed it, you can check out all our social media. Be sure to hit up our banner here. But that's what we got for the week.
Yeah, and this week is a challenging week. Normally I say, hey, pick your 3 teams, 4 teams, do a parlay. I like 4-team parlays all day. This week I did do a 5-team, a 4-team, a 3-team, but I'm not making those big bets. $25, it pays off really well if you hit on a 3, 4, 5-team parlay. No matter which of those teams you pick, it'll still pay off pretty well. But this is a week where I really like the idea of individual bets as well, right? Bet each game, put your money on each game. That way, when we get a winning record out of these tougher games to pick, you're still going to end up in the plus side and don't go for broke by putting it all in on a 6-team parlay. Although we are shooting to go 6-0 this week. Let's do it. We got so close last week. We need to do it this week.
Yeah, still waiting on that 6-0. We're going to have to celebrate. We'll maybe donate some money to charity or something of Anthony's picking. If you go 6-0 in one week, that'd be huge.
That's right.
So yeah, something to think about for sure. Be sure to check out all our other contests. We get you ready for Sunday. Check out our Thursday night preview. Also, be sure to check out our Sunday preview. We go through all the games, give you all the details on who we think will win, what the offense versus defense looks like, what the matchups look like. We'll get into that for you. Also, be sure to check out our reactions on Tuesdays as Sterling Furrow, our former partner, who's now with Buffalo Rumblings, joins us every single Tuesday to react to the week. Lots of reactions, so be sure to tune in.
And remember, toss your hat in the ring.